Hello, PokeMoshPit. This is Armedfro here. I got a battle versus Zek4040 of Quid. I was going to say RPX, but it is a Zat made by Superblaw and MBZ. But let's get to the battle. He is going to send out his Menshao. I'm going to level with my lead gross. He is going to go the fake out, but it makes me see if he has Life Orb or Focus Sash or Scarfed or whatever. So he's not Life Orb, so I'm thinking, you know what, I need to set the Stealth Rocks as soon as possible. If he does U-turn, when he comes back in, the Focus Sash is going to be completely worthless. He is going to go with the U-turn and probably switch into something that could take an Earthquake rather nicely, because this was during my stream, and I did say, like, while during the commentary, that a lot of his guys are weak to Earthquakes, so he is going to send out his Latios. I do set up the Stealth Rocks, and I'm thinking here, bearing the hit power fire, I could take this guy out with a Meteor Mash Bullet Punch. So he is going to go for the Spec Surf. Considering how much damage it is Spect. I am actually going to hit it with a Meteor Mash, but I miss, which really sucks because that would have done a hefty chunk to his Latios, which would have been really nice later on in the game. But I am actually just going to go for the Bullet Punch, just to do some damage to this guy. I really don't want anything on my team to take a Spec Surf. So he is going to easily take my Metagross out with another Surf, which kind of sucks. But you know what? He set up Stealth Rocks. He did his job. So now I'm actually going to send it into something which I found is really good in this generation is my Scarfed Raptor. With his new Dream World ability, Reckless, which is legal now, it just wrecks. So he is going to send his Menshao as death fodder, and I'm actually just going to hit it with a Brave Bird, and it's going to easily take this guy out. I mean, there's no way in hell that he's going to live a Brave Bird from a Reckless Raptor, especially without Focus Sash. So I do take the Reckless Recoil, which is double what he would regularly take, but you know what? It's a cost to take. So he does send out his Raikou, which does have higher base speed than my Staraptor, and he's probably Scarfed. That's why I probably sent out against my Raptor. So I'm actually going to switch into my Porygon 2. I was going to send in my Dusknoir, which is my special defender, but I didn't want to mispredict and him go for the Shadow Ball and just 2-hit KO it very easily. So now I'm actually going to switch into my Porygon 2 with Evo Light. He is going to go for the Volt Switch, which I found Jolteon, I think is the Electric Bug, I don't know his name, and Raikou carry a lot more lately, especially if they're choice. He is going to send out his Azumarill, which I swear to God I was going to switch in my Dusknoir, but I was like, you know what, he's going to overpredict. But he doesn't. He goes for the Superpower, and it's just going to completely wreck my Porygon 2. That banded Superpower is just going to, no way in hell my Porygon 2 is going to live that. I know I should probably have the Mac OS X, but you know what? I keep on forgetting to put it on it, to be completely honest. But I know he is -1 defense, and he is stuck in the Superpower. Going to switch in my my Reckless Raptor again. Just go for the Brave Bird, 2-hit KO anything that comes in. He is going to send out his Spiritomb, which is really interesting because I know he's probably just going to go for the Sucker Punch, but he might mispredict, overpredict, or something. He is going to do a hefty chunk to this guy after Stealth Rocks. He's going to easily 2-hit KO, and no, considering how much defenses this guy has, he's probably not going to take me out with the Sucker Punch. But he goes for the Shadow Sneak, which is really weird, and I'm just easily take this guy out with a Brave Bird. I take hardly any recoil after that. So now he's actually switched back into his Azumarill, and I'm fearing the Aqua Jet, and I'm just going to switch in my Dusknoir just to take it out, and excuse me, just in case he goes for the Superpower for some odd reason. Yeah, I think I would have taken a Waterfall at least with little more than half health, but he is going to go for the Ice Punch. It's not going to do that much. It's going to do about a third to me. Actually, whoa, shit, that does a lot more than I thought. But because I'm actually just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp just to try to cripple this Azumarill, he's actually going to switch into his Latios just to take the Will-O-Wisp because I'm actually fine with Will-O-Wisping a Latios, but I do miss, which sucks. I mean, residual damage on a Latios would have been really nice considering how much my Shadow Sneak does, because it's super effective stab. But I don't carry any EVs in attack, but it's gonna do a lot of damage. Because Latios doesn't have the most amazing attack, but I didn't want really anything else on my team to take a Spectraco Meteor. So now I just left in my Dusknoir as death fodder. So now I'm actually gonna switch back into my my Reckless Raptor and just go for the U-turn, just to see if he's going to either switch or just leave his Latios in, which would have been really nice, which what he does. I was actually really surprised he actually left him in. But whatever, that's good for me. So now I'm actually just going to switch into my Espeon, my Spect Espeon. I don't know, I really like the offensive type of games that this generation has to offer. He is going to switch into Scovalion, which doesn't have the most amazing special defense. So I'm actually just going to hit him with a Spect Psychic, and which is really weird. I take him out with one hit, which is like it completely took me off guard. I was actually expecting to leave Espeon as Death Fodder, just do as much damage and then revenge kill later, but whatever, that's really good for me. I am actually just going for the Spec Psychic again. I know Raikou can't one-hit KO me unless you just go for the Shadow Ball, and I can just switch into my Reckless Raptor again, but he goes for the T-Bolt. That's not going to take me out from where I'm at, and that's just easily going to take him out with a Psychic, considering that Espeon's amazing special attack. So now he only has one guy left, which is his Azumarill, but he will be able to take me out with the Aqua Jet, which I'm perfectly fine with. Even if he does go for the Ice Punch, I will be able to outspeed him and probably take him out with the Psychic, but he goes for the Aqua Jet just to be safe, and because he's banded, he's stuck in an Aqua Jet. I could just send him my Multi-Knight Dragonite, and I'm banded, so an Outrage is just going to easily take this guy out from where he's at. So, good game, Zek4040. The multi-scale, the Aqua Jet didn't do anything because of my multi-scale. If you like this battle, check out my channel. Subscribe to MoshPit, subscribe to me, rate, comment, subscribe. I said subscribe like 5 times. Stay classy, guys.